Today I am going to clean out the filter pond. The water is crystal clear, but you need to routinely clean out the pond. The plants are doing really well and the fish seem happy. Nice pond plants are flowering right now. All the fishies are kind of chilling out. Middle of July in Minnesota. You can see where the water comes out here. It's trickling out a little bit slower. I bet the filter pond is getting a little bit gummed up, so we'll change that out today. Here is a shot of the filter pump. It's submerged right underwater on the edge here, so I can easily grab things that are stuck to it and just pull it off. Easy summer maintenance. Just chuck it out in the yard. If I ever need to just pick it up, it's kind of nice to have your pump close to the edge. You just pick it up right here and clean it off and just stick it right back in the water. Over on the back side of the pond I have Carl Forster grasses growing. Gives it a little bit more shade from the sun. And there's a little walkway here. Gives access to the big giant koi cave, or if I need to work on the water fountain. And then over here I have another little walkway that goes right to the filter. So if I just lift this up, I can just set that up against the water fountain there, and I can access my filter. And you can see what I've got in here. I have a couple rocks just weighing down my filter pads. And what I'll do is take those off, and I'm going to go shut the power off to the pond, and then I'll peel out the different layers of filter and we'll get started cleaning. Once the water stopped running down the waterfall, now it's okay to start peeling the layers out of the filter. This is about 2 feet deep and about 2 feet by 2 feet. So I'll peel the layers out one by one here. Just throw that in the grass and I'll hose that off. And then there is one more in this nice mucky water. And then the next thing is a little minnow. I have 2 bags from their laundry bags, and they're filled with sponges. They're submerged. Okay, so there are the foam pads that filter the top, and then the laundry bags filled with sponges. They're pretty icky and dirty, so I'll hose those off and put those aside while first things first, I'll take the shop vac and I'll suck out all of the water out of the filter pond, and I'll give you a look at what that looks like when I'm done. The best way to suck all the water out of the filter pond is using a big shop vac. So I'll just take the hose and put it in the water and start pulling the water out. You can see I'm just hosing off the bags. Get all the ick off of them. And then I'll hose off the filter pads here too. Flip them a couple times and keep hosing them out. Get all that sludge out of them. There we go. It's all cleaned out now. You can see how big that area is in there. You can see the water, it's already trickling back in from the pond. I better get the filter bags in there before that fills up. Okay. first filter bag and put the second filter bag in there. So I have both filter bags back in the pond now, and then I'll put my first layer of pad on top. So I put a little slit in this one here, so I can just put it around the edge of this guy, and then I'll put the other one. Let me go grab that. This one can go right there. Scooch that around there, and then I'll put a rock there just to weigh that down, and then one right there, and then I'll fill that back up and get that pond up and running again. Fill this back up, and then this is another very important step. Every time I do a water change or clean the filter pond out, I put this chlorine remover plus in there. It just takes the chlorine out and conditions the water. So I'll just take that. Usually I just put about a half a jug in. Pour that in there. That way it'll mix in the filter pond, make it nicey nice for the fishies before it comes up and over back into the pond. Now the water is filled up to the top and it's coming out the waterfall, and you can see how much more clear that is. So I'll put the lid back down and just scooch that over, and the filter pond is covered and nice flow of water coming out of the water fountain, and fishies are happy. Give it a little shot of those guys again. Happy fishies. Big fishies. That's how I clean up my filter pond.